Hello viewers, sorry it's been such a long time since I've uploaded. I got a new computer, so I have to start a new thing over because I didn't save any of my stuff from my old computer, so I have to start a new thing. So, in case you can't tell by looking around the screen, I'm on Hearthstone 4. This is a little project I've been working on for the last, I don't know, week, maybe. So, I found this cool mod. It's called Historical Geographical Overhaul. What it does is it basically turns Hearthstone 4 into a mapping tool, or so says the description. Basically, there's infinitely more provinces, like little provinces like this, right? As I'm clicking, ignore the fact that this is in the Atlantic. Yeah, and stuff. So I decided to mess around with it a little bit, to say the least. And I decided, in a course of 5 days, to do this. Why? I don't know, but honestly, looking at this, I mean, I worked so... it was actually pretty fun to do, kind of just to see... So yeah, in this mod also, it has a lot more releasables, like, for example, Assyria... Okay, wow, I'm not even clicking on people that are actually new releasables, but like Gascony, a bunch of people, you know, like, you get the idea. Like, I mean, come on, look at this map. Way more releasables. There's even more somewhere in the CSA, but yeah. So... yeah, I don't know why I decided to do this for so long, but it was pretty fun to make. I have like a little system I've worked on. So yeah, I decided to do this kind of in... I wanted to like do something for my channel because I haven't uploaded since like January. So yeah, I could go through... I'm working on a little like history and like politics thing for this. I'm pretty sure there's like a way you can like actually transfer this to an actual Hearthstone 4 game, but if I did, it'd probably just crash my computer, because even liberating all these people, like, for example, I had to... So how the thing works, there's a lot of new tools you can also mess around with, because again, it's meant to like turn it into a politics thing. So the main one I used in this one is the state managing one. So for example, you could click on like a country, mark all the states, click on my country, which is Liechtenstein, and transfer ownership of all those states, which I would do, and then I would liberate as many people as possible. I will say this is a very big mod, because even when I was annexing at one point, I literally annexed Austria, and the game lagged for around like at least 10 seconds. The game just froze and then I annexed it. So if you want to do this mod, I suggest having a decently beefy computer. It is a very fun mod to mess around with. Of course, in my case, I just decided to make this crap, but still, anyway. But yeah, I have the music off so you can actually hear me, because this is like my third or fourth recording of this, because first couple times forgot to turn off the music. My mic wasn't even on, and I spent 12 minutes recording a video, like almost like identical to this one. But yeah, after a lot of retries and stuff, I'm here. So yeah, I have like a little politics thing. I got some factions and stuff, so I was thinking I might make this into a bit of a series. So first I'll give like a little tour of each of the places, and I'll go maybe like continent by continent. For Europe and Africa and Asia, I might have to do a couple videos, but you get the idea. You know, I'd kind of go through like the history and stuff, and then I might start like simulating wars and stuff. So what you can do with this is you can state managing, you can also transfer control, and also there's a politics tool which you can make like declare war on people and start civil wars and stuff, make factions. It's a really cool mod. I seriously suggest checking this out. But anyway, this is not sponsored, by the way. Honestly, I just need I want to make a video on something, because again, it's been, I don't know, 7 months since I've uploaded a video. So, and I only have 7 subscribers. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so I think I'll just start by going through the alliances. Again, if I can get like, I think 50 likes, I might go like more in depth about the different places. I'm going with 50 likes because again, I have like 7 subscribers at the moment of this recording. So yeah, but yeah, so we'll start with the Untaunt. So, or the allies, I guess, but I can't, like, in this game you can make alliances, but unfortunately you can't actually make different names or stuff. Kind of just gives you one, so I kind of I like influenced it a bit and got like decent names. But yeah, anyways, the Untaunt. So the United Kingdom of Northern Ireland, instead of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, because at this point they're literally just Northern Ireland. So yeah, they kind of like, they held this alliance together. They've allied the new Kingdom of France, which is the remnants of the French government, which went monarchist in the meantime. They have India, which also, I will say one thing about this mod is that they added in all the little like princely states that India actually had in real life, which is very pog, although it makes for a lot of disgusting border growth that may or may not be worse than Germany. Probably not, but yeah, so India is in a bit of a civil war. Pakistan, the Eastern Indian Union, and Burma are all trying to break away, like through war. Most of the other ones, India doesn't feel are important enough for it to keep. And I mean, come on, you don't need. There's so many. Like honestly, because all these princely states were here, I didn't have to liberate very much. So they aren't too concerned about some of these smaller ones, like for example, Chattagram, for example, or like. All the different people you can get. Yeah, anyway. There's them, there's Canada, which is basically just another Chile at this point. I have to admit, it's kind of random that none of these are claimed, despite there being, like, actual provinces. I'm not sure why these aren't just claimed by them. But, yeah, they still added all of them in, despite me just giving it all to the Métis, because I was bored. And also Canada liked so much anyway. But, anyway. Yeah, so, yeah, that's the Entente mostly. They also have the Falklands and some Antarctic territory. Moving on, we'll go to the two German alliances. So the Central Powers, led by Prussia, and I did not make these, again, I haven't edited any borders. If you guys want, I can probably make a lot of these borders look a decent bit nicer, especially in, like, the Middle East, which isn't much of a surprise. Like, look at this. This country exists in like 5 different places. But anyway, yeah, I haven't messed around with these. These are actually the claims and cores that people had. But anyways, Prussia has an alliance with these nations, the Central Powers, to counter a southern alliance by Bavaria, the Entente Cordiale. So, yeah, the East Prussia joined this alliance to not because Prussia is too scared to start a big war in Germany yet. So they joined this alliance so Prussia didn't destroy them for revolting. But, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, Bavaria's got it with Württemberg, not Alsace, Baden, that's still Bavaria, like German Bohemia, which is basically just the Sudetenland, honestly. But yeah, that's that alliance in a nutshell. The Treaty of Moscow, which I keep calling the Moscow Accord because I play too much Kaiserreich, is the Kingdom of Muscovy. They've allied all these neighboring nations into a little bit of a federation. For those of you who play Stellaris, it's like it's like one country, but they're all internally they're separate, but for diplomacy with other nations, they're the same. So they eventually plan to get all of Russia in on this, but that's difficult because, for example, the communist nations, they also have an alliance. It's the Fifth International. I'll get into that in a sec. But yeah, they're kind of working on expanding in this area and stuff, some of these nations. But yeah, that's basically them. So yeah, moving on, like I mentioned, the Fifth International. So one of these members is the very disgusting-looking German Democratic Republic, who I'm not going to go into any more detail before I kill my eyes. So, yeah, I don't really have an official leader for this one, but, so the remnants of the Soviet Union, which, in this game, there's actually the Russian SSR is most of it, and then they have puppets on a bunch of the other ones, but, the Soviet Union, I just kind of liberated but they're basically the remnants. They actually have the NKVD, I think that's what it is. I keep missing that up. But they have the NKVD working in a lot of the non-allied provinces to get them to coup them and make them rejoin, including some of their allies. They have a spy organization they're kind of working on, basically. But yeah, so these communist nations, as with basically, yeah, they just want to spread communism to the world. That's the classic communist thing that everybody does. Moving on to other alliances, we have the Iron Guard, led by the Chinese Empire. They've got a little, again, it's kind of like a federation of the different cliques, but it's very fragile and is close to collapsing. We're not even going to talk about Japan, because, no, at least not yet, but yeah. Otherwise, we have the Liberation Pact with a bunch of African nations led by the Republic of Cape. So these are nations in Africa who want to remove all Europeans from Africa, eventually forming an African Union, but that's a more future concern. They really hate Europeans. So, for example, they're at war with the Union of South Africa and the British Mandate of Southwest Africa. I guess that's technically South Africa's, but we get the idea. But yeah, they got a lot of nations in on this. They got Ethiopia, who's having their own little scuffle going on. That's for another time. But yeah, anyway, so there's one more I almost forgot. The Central States, which is basically just an alliance of a couple of these like Indian states in Oklahoma. But yeah, they got all these guys in on it. Anyway, the last alliance and arguably the most important. So since I did all of this as Liechtenstein, as you can see by the stuff up here. Oh, I can rename the faction? Yeah, no, this is the perfect faction. I needed this faction like that. But I also saw the name and I'm just like, yes, I need to use this. So basically, Liechtenstein is the one who, of course, caused all this secretly. So they've allied a couple nations together, and they're eventually going to overthrow all the remaining governments. And, you know, it's a new world order, as the faction name suggests. So most of these nations are puppets of Liechtenstein. A couple are independent. Thrace is independent. Denmark is independent. I can't remember. I had someone else who's independent. But yeah, the colony of Italian Libya here, they basically just joined the alliance to save themselves from the assaults of these, which again, I did not make these borders. But yeah. I will also mention that for this mod, the ocean is actually independent and you can take land from them. I think in a previous game I made, I tried to make Britain annex it. The computer froze completely and I waited around 10 minutes and it just stayed like that. So I ended up tabbing and closing the game. Don't try to annex the entire sea at once. They also make really cool, for those of you who've played the New Order, the mod, they actually add some, stuff from the Atlantropa, where they dammed off the Mediterranean here, and then all this kind of started going in, but they have some pretty accurate borders for that, which are honestly very cool for anyone trying to, like, recreate that. But yeah, that's all I really want to tackle for the first video. Thank you guys for watching. So again, if we get 50 likes, I can probably start continuing series. In the comments below, tell me where you think I should start. I could start in the Americas, somewhere in Europe. You know, I'm not really sure where to start, and I don't really care either where I start. I can start pretty much anywhere. But yeah, especially comment if you have any ideas for like future mapping or like you know, places for this, any like wars or stuff you want me to do. So like after we go through the introduction, I might start making like a little thing out of this. But any wars and stuff you want me to do, or maybe even I could even try to see if there's any more liberatable countries here. Or maybe like have some countries try to reform empires and stuff, like Muscovy, for example, is a good one for that, or Prussia, you know, stuff like that, right? We can have, I'm flexible, I'm very flexible with this, because I basically made the map and don't really know what to do with it from here. But yeah, maybe next episode I might just go into wars if I don't get any comments for good areas that I should start with. I might just start going into some of the wars, like the Libya one, the really screwed up Abyssinian one, these two in South Africa. I think there's a couple others that I'm definitely forgetting, and I'm probably should look into it before I start the next video. But yeah, also there are a few uncored, like territories that weren't actually cored by anybody that Liechtenstein still owns. So like this random place in India, these islands, of course Antarctica, as you've seen, because I had to click on that to select them. But yeah, anyways, again, if you guys like this series, I can continue it, especially, and thanks a lot for anyone who's subscribed or honestly even just watched my videos. It means a lot to me. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.